Elliott the elephant lived in the heart of a vast and vibrant jungle, where the trees stretched tall into the sky, and the rivers sparkled like silver ribbons under the moonlight. He was strong, gentle, and admired by all, yet deep inside, he often felt lonely. Though many animals looked up to him, they always seemed a little afraid of his towering size. They would greet him with respect but rarely invited him to join their games. He longed for a friend who would see beyond his size and understand his heart. One evening, as the golden hues of the sunset faded into the deep blues of the night, Elliott wandered to the riverbank. The cool water reflected the shimmering stars above, and he let out a sigh. "I wish I had a friend," he mumbled, watching the ripples his breath made in the water. Just then, a tiny flickering light zipped past his face. Startled, Elliott waved his trunk and took a step back. "Who's there?" he called out. A small voice replied, "It's me, Finn the Firefly. I didn't mean to startle you." Elliott squinted in the dim light and saw a tiny firefly, no bigger than a raindrop, glowing softly. He chuckled. "You're so small. I could barely see you. And you're so big. I could see you from miles away." Finn replied with a laugh. Curious about each other, they sat by the river and talked. Elliott learned that Finn loved to dance with his firefly friends at night, creating dazzling patterns in the sky. Finn learned that Elliott loved splashing in the river and using his trunk to paint pictures in the mud. But sometimes, Elliott sighed, "I feel alone. I want a friend, but most animals think I'm too big and scary." Finn's glow flickered. "That's funny because sometimes I feel invisible. I want a friend too, but most animals don't even notice me because I'm so small." Elliott smiled. "Maybe we can be friends. You may be small, but your light is bright." Finn beamed. "And you may be big, but your heart is even bigger." From that night on, Elliott and Finn were inseparable. They explored the jungle together, Finn riding on Elliott's head, lighting up the path at night, while Elliott lifted Finn high into the sky so he could see the entire jungle. They laughed, played, and shared stories, and for the first time in a long while, Elliott felt truly happy. The other animals, however, found their friendship amusing. Mia the monkey giggled. "A firefly and an elephant? That's the strangest pair I've ever seen." "Be careful, Finn. One sneeze from Elliott, and you'll be blown away," teased Raja the rabbit. Even Leo the leopard smirked. What can a tiny firefly do for a giant elephant? But Elliott and Finn didn't let the teasing bother them. One evening, as they played near a waterfall, Finn had an idea. "Elliott, what if I teach you how to glow?" Elliott laughed. "Me? Glow? But I don't have wings like you." "Maybe not," Finn said, "but if you cover yourself in glow-in-the-dark firefly dust, you could shine like the stars." Excited, Elliott let Finn and his firefly friends sprinkle him with their magical dust. As night fell, Elliott looked at his reflection in the water. He was glowing. His large ears shimmered, his trunk sparkled, and even his big feet had a soft golden hue. The jungle animals gasped. "A glowing elephant? That's amazing!" Elliott twirled, and Finn danced around him. The jungle had never seen anything like it. One night, as they enjoyed their moonlit stroll, a terrible storm rolled in. The wind howled, trees swayed violently, and the rain poured down in heavy sheets. Suddenly, a loud crack echoed through the jungle. A massive tree had fallen, blocking the river's path. The smaller animals panicked. "The river is flooding," cried the deer. If we don't clear the tree, our homes will be underwater. Leo the leopard, Mia the monkey, and Raja the rabbit tried to move the tree, but it was too heavy. We need help, they cried. Elliott knew he was strong enough to move the tree, but the storm had made the jungle so dark that he couldn't see clearly. Finn, I need you, Elliott called. Finn zipped to Elliott's side. I have an idea. He gathered all the fireflies in the jungle. Within minutes, thousands of tiny glowing lights filled the sky, forming a glowing path for Elliott. With his newfound light, Elliott wrapped his strong trunk around the fallen tree and pulled with all his might. With a mighty tug, the tree lifted from the water and landed safely on the riverbank. The water flowed freely again, and the jungle was safe. The animals cheered. Elliott, Finn, you saved us. From that day on, no one ever doubted their friendship again. Elliott may be big, but Finn's tiny light helped him see, said Raja. And Finn may be small, but Elliott's strength made all the difference, added Mia. Leo the leopard nodded. Together, they make the perfect team. Elliott and Finn smiled at each other. See? Finn said. Size doesn't matter when hearts are true. Elliott laughed. And a true friend is the greatest light of all. As the jungle celebrated, Elliott and Finn sat by the river, watching the moon glow above them, just like their unbreakable friendship. And from that night on, whenever someone saw fireflies dancing in the jungle, they always remembered the story of the elephant and the firefly, the friends who proved that big or small, everyone has a light to shine.